Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our next session. One of the most important sessions, of course, in this whole course called Influence of Female Leaders on Organizational Success. For organizational success, I also talk about the company culture that females or that are influenced by female leaders. First, of course, the table of contents. We have the introduction, then gender balance and business success, legal and reputational impacts, cultural impacts, financial and performance impacts, and statistics on impact of female leaders. So, as we all know, organizational structures directly influence workplace dynamics and also overall business success. The underrepresentation of women and a lack of diversity in leadership negatively affect internal culture, innovation, and employer morale. So, kind of pushing and making a conscious effort to have female leaders on board will help those things. We'll get back to that in a couple of seconds. But first, the individual thought experiment task. Imagine your company is a puzzle, and each piece represents a different employee. If women and diverse leaders are missing, how complete is this picture? What happens to the team's strength and success if all those pieces are finally in place? Think about that on your own for a second. Go back in the blog and share your thoughts, and then you can come back and get deeper into this chapter. Gender balance and business success. So now we have the numbers. Enterprises with 30 to 39% women in boardrooms are 80.5% more likely to achieve improved business outcomes. If we also go a bit further and say we have fully gender balanced boards, those further increase the likelihood of success by 20%. So, organizations with inclusive cultures reflect societal traditions and values, as reported by 76.4% of survey respondents. So, it's really important to have, of course, the mindset as a society as well, and that women do belong into those leadership positions because that actually manifests in organizations too. Attracting top talent is linked to visible and transparent diversity efforts, improving hiring outcomes. We will also discuss that further in a second. Legal and reputational impacts, of course, having women in leadership positions is really helpful in lessen discrimination, lessen sexual harassment. Actually, we have EU regulations that demand proof of an adequate female representation and leadership roles. Companies therefore face potential legal actions if they do not comply with those things, and also reputational damage, which will negatively affect the organizational success. What are the cultural impacts of having female leaders? Because I think having a strong company culture also manifests in organizational success. Female leaders foster collaboration and promote balanced gender settings, creating healthier and more inclusive environments. Traits such as emotional intelligence and empathy are prominent in women leaders, as we have previously discussed in female characteristics and traits, and they kind of encourage supportive and respectful atmospheres. A positive role modeling by female leaders reduces stereotypes and promotes equity across teams. So, those inclusive cultures driven by female leadership and really improve the retention rates, the job satisfaction, and organizational trust as well. What are the financial and performance impacts on having a female leader? So, actually, balanced teams. So, we're talking about also a high representation of women achieve better financial results compared to male dominated teams. So, actually, having a female leader helps you outperforming in sales. Gender diverse teams bring varied perspectives, which enhances the decision making and innovation and leads to competitive advantage, which therefore also leads to higher business success. Inclusive policies, of course, we discussed that as well, and the retention. The costs do get lower when we have diverse teams, so we have just lower recruitment costs in general, which is helpful for organizational success as well. Now I have two statistics on the impact of female leaders. One for once, and on the left we have the comparison of financial resilience and revenue by company leadership genders. So we have the insolvency rate and the average revenue. Gender diverse boards promote ethical governance and reduce financial misconduct, boosting organizational stability. Male-led organizations demonstrate lower female-led organizations demonstrate lower insolvency rates of 3.67% compared to male-led companies of 5.1%. Also, the average revenue is also higher with having a female leader of 26 billion as an average revenue. And then on the right, we have the impact of female leadership on job satisfaction and employer retention. Here also, women highly outperform men in job satisfaction and the retention rate and in support of policies. So that kind of shows you right here how women are not even as good as men, but also can be quite better in leadership positions than men. Just to conduct our what have we learned, diverse and inclusive organizational structures drive business success, um, improve innovation and the financial outcomes. Not only diverse, but also just having female leadership enhances retention, satisfaction, and workplace dynamics. Legal compliance and sustainability initiatives led by women offer business resilience and long term value, and organizations that prioritize diversity can gain a competitive edge. So, really, thinking about that, I know it was a lot of information, but when you really think about all the narrative that we all have been fed, that women are too emotional, women are not capable enough, women should focus more on having kids or taking care of kids, or should have supporting roles, or cannot really make business decisions, financial decisions or such. If you really think about everything that we've been fed about female leadership, maybe it's time to really look at the facts and look at the numbers and kind of change perspective a bit and think of, wow, it is possible for women to achieve all those things. It is possible for women to drive organizational success. They actually do it a bit better than men if you judge by the numbers and statistics. Um, so now really think about that. It's just all those barriers, all those bias, all those stereotypes that kind of leave women not reaching, their full potential. And also, therefore, our whole market, our whole economy as a whole, it's really just a kind of a mirror. We could do much better if we would just promote gender diversity, female leadership, diversity as a whole, all those policies, inclusivity, higher company culture. So yeah, that's kind of just my input. Thank you so much for participating. Next up, we have an online test to check your knowledge on this topic, and then we continue with one more thing, which is the case study of Mary Barra. Have a lovely day and see you soon. Bye.